July 18th, 30 AE. Dolomites Mountains. Alright, Joe, why are we here? Visiting this gravesite? Bob asked, putting a heavily laden sled of equipment. Well, Bob, you know how the blue-haired space elves dumped their mana crystals across Earth, seeding it for their eventual takeover? Joe asked, starting to remove items from the sled. Yeah, 85% of the population died from the attack, Bob replied. And the rest of us were rounded up for our protection. Well, almost all of us. He gave a wicked grin. Well, while I was in their service at their almighty library, I learned a few things. Joe started laying out a circle, some 6 feet in diameter. Like the reason for the die-off. Don't leave me hanging, Bob almost shouted. The Resistance needs all the information we can get. Magic. That's why we died. And why there are so many stillborn children. Joe stopped for a moment, then started drawing lines in the circle. Mana poisoning. So, those who lived can do magic? Bob's jaw dropped. Yup. I don't think the elves have figured it out yet. Idiots, Joe said. A cruel smile crossed his face. He placed a human skull in the center of the circle. While I was in service, I had unfettered access to the whole library. Even the forbidden section, since I had to shelve all the books. Okay, so where is this going? Bob asked. Well, after the first 10 years of saying, yes, master, and not taking my vacation. Joe paused for a moment to shake his head. I was told that I must take my vacation time, or there would be trouble. Who the hell gives slaves vacation? I don't know. It seems like some codified social thing to us, Bob said. Anyway, I studied in the library for all the time I was there. Then with my vacation time, I started to visit all the old graveyards I knew about in the old USA, Joe said. And? What's the point? Bob asked, handing a pile of 11 candles to Joe. They don't keep any real track of their good slaves, Joe replied. They even pay for everything while they're on vacation. Get on with it, Bob yelled. The sun is going down and it's starting to get cold. Sorry, not sorry, Joe said. You need to know all this stuff. Fine. Bob stomped his feet in the snow. Anyway, I started at Arlington, then up and down the coast, then west, Joe continued. Fort Snelling, the Alamo, Little Bighorn, and back through Canada. The next year I went through Mexico. The year after, I took my 3 weeks and went through Central and South America. I hit every old graveyard of importance to my idea, Joe said. Got it. Graveyards, Bob said. The exasperation not leaving his voice as he handed various items of religious importance to Joe. Every year I picked a country and did this. Joe waved his hand at the circle in front of him. This is the last place on my list. The White Friday incident of World War I. I know what it is, Bob said. Then frowned as he handed Joe an exceedingly large mana crystal. Joe? What kind of magic did you learn in the library? Oh, I forgot to tell you, didn't I? Joe said, as the sun dipped below the horizon, and he raised his hands to start the spell. Now this should activate all the circles I placed across the world these last 15 years. What kind of magic, Joe? Bob asked, a sinking feeling in his chest. Necromancy,